Hello and welcome to another episode of the NHL Weekly. I'm Kyle Winkler and today's team preview is of the St. Louis Blues. Now I have to start out with a warning. I'm a little biased because I bleed blue. I love the Blues, but I'm very honest and I will criticize and I'm not going to take sides, but I am a tad bit biased. The Blues moving into the season, I'm going to put the cards on the table and this is going to sound bad coming from a Blues fan, but goaltending is a giant question, and I don't think they have it in them. Elliott, I love Elliott because he did a fantastic job at the end of the season to take the Blues from 9th place in the West into 4th, because a lot of people forget that actually at one point in the season we were sitting at 9th, and Elliott, after coming back and taking over for Allen with Halak injured, grabbed the team and went on a tear and took us into the playoffs, but I don't think he's that great, but I do think he can be solid. Halak, huge question mark. The guy plays great 50% of the time and plays like crap 50% of the time, and it's just a big question whether or not he's going to be good. I want him to because he signed the big contract and he's getting paid the big bucks, and St. Louis needs a solid goalie, but I'm not sure he can do it. If we could have solid goaltending in St. Louis, they would most likely be a cup contender in the extreme. They have, and this is not biased, this is just a fact, the best defense. When you have Pietrangelo and Bouwmeester and Shattenkirk, Leopold, Jackman, and Polak, you are in great shape. And that is a defense that can score, chew minutes, shut down, and be defensive within the three lines. When it comes to offense, they're missing the same thing they've been missing the entire time since this rebuild. They need a superstar. They need a 90-point guy. Yes, it's great in St. Louis. It's not that kind of play, but you don't win cups without a superstar. It doesn't happen. They have David Backes, who hopefully goes back to scoring 30 goals. That would be fantastic for them. And they have Oshie, who hopefully can break the 20-goal plateau that he's been stuck at. And Berge can finally break the 20-goal plateau. And Stewart can have another great season. If all of these things happen, absolutely, the Blues are going to be one of the best teams. But frankly, I don't see it. I think that they're going to be probably the second best team in the Central. The Blackhawks being number one, especially with Detroit moving out. It's going to be pretty much between Chicago and St. Louis, in my opinion. It'll be the second round will be most likely Chicago-St. Louis. That's most likely what we're all going to see, and Chicago will most likely win as well. But St. Louis has one thing that a lot of other teams don't. They have an X factor. For some reason, as a team, the nucleus can come together and win games that they shouldn't win. They can upset teams they should not upset. And it's not even a blowout. They'll win 1-0 games on Pittsburgh. And that's very rare to find teams that can do that in the NHL. But having said that, I think going into the season, the Blues are in good shape to be one of the top 8 teams in the league. But I don't think they're going to be a cup-winning team. They're not there yet. They're still missing that superstar. Now, if Tarasenko can step up and be an 80-point guy, absolutely. This team is going to most likely go to the Cup if you can have a player like that, but they don't. And without that, I don't think they're ready. But this team definitely has almost all the pieces to win. If they can get solid goaltending and above-average offense, they will win the Stanley Cup.